Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of me making this little junk journal here. So I've launched straight into it once again, and I went and gathered up a bunch of fabric scraps that I wanted to make into tabs for this little journal. Actually, what you're seeing right now is a little bit back to front. I've been creating all day on this journal, but actually prior to this I had sat down and I'd made a bunch of collage cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that into a separate video for you guys, and I'm going to post it after this part 3 is just kind of I guess a bonus add-on part. I wasn't sure if I should include it in the whole making of this journal or not. Some people do enjoy watching just sort of collage videos separate to maybe junk journals, so I thought that's why I will separate them. And I also wasn't sure how long each part's going to go for, so yeah, actually this part of the video was filmed a little bit later on in the day. So I've just gone ahead and started working on the tabs here, so I hope it's not too boring to watch me go through my fabrics here. I did try and crop and edit out some parts and speed it up and try and make it not too long and boring for you guys to watch. So the fabrics I've got are kind of a mix. I've got lace, I've got little bits of ribbon, that beautiful purple one there I think I found at an op shop, just a mixture of colours. I think I also grabbed some out of a bag of lace that I had found at an op shop as well. I think I got the whole bag for $1.50 or something. And this little sweet purple rose piece here I pop on. Not every page has got tabs on it, but most of them do, and actually ended up making the book quite chunky, so it's going to be even more full once I start filling it with my ephemera as well. But I'll try not to overstuff it so that it's, you know, not bursting too full. I don't like my junk journals to be too full. I actually used to be the type of person who made very minimal types of junk journals, and I still prefer that myself actually, but the past few that I have been making I have been enjoying so much, and I absolutely love putting all different bits and pieces from around my room in it. So yeah, I just kind of have been getting caught up, I guess, in the process of just enjoying making them and filling them quite full. But I also like to still leave areas where people can write. So as you can see there, you know, I've got my my grid paper, and then the next part of it is like an illustration piece, and you do see me later on in the video going through and seeing where I could make other areas for writing. So where there are kind of pages where there's full writing on them and things like that, I try and make little sort of flip out pieces where there's areas to write on and things like that. And I will actually include some of my vintage sort of lined papers and things like that in this journal. I'll pop them into the pockets so that they can be used as areas to sort of cover up more decorated pieces for writing pieces as well, for whoever ends up getting this journal. I originally wasn't really planning on making a journal to sell, but I can't really sort of hold on to these things, so I'm thinking this probably will end up in my shop. So I'm tailoring this to sort of the customer a little bit more as opposed to myself. So that's why I'm sort of thinking about adding in plain papers and things like that for somebody to be able to cover up areas if they want to journal a little bit more on the decorated pieces.
hard to see from the moment we arrived. Cornelia, you are one who will survive. When time's been bad, you put smiles on everyone. I think of you and of all I should have done. It don't mean a thing what shape or form that you're in, the place you're from, the wealth or the color of your skin. And all you have burns to the sky. It's all too late, and you wonder why. Cornelia, your everyday is a struggle and a strife. But don't you agree? With beating hearts, we're still alive. There comes a time when all you have is who you love. And Cornelia, you'll be all I'm thinking of. It don't mean a thing what shape or form that you're in, the place you're from, the wealth or the color of your skin. And all you have burns to the sky. It's all too late, and you wonder why. Cornelia,
So you will see me going back and forth a little bit with this book. I started doing the tabs for the first signature and sort of stopped halfway through because I kind of thought, oh, what if I wanted to add more decoration? And I've just gone and covered up an area with a fabric tab. So I kind of just stopped and then started doing a little bit of decoration. So yeah, not too much more actually. I just go through and add little bits where I feel that it sort of needs them, or little strips of paper. I added in I grabbed an envelope. I think it was a vintage envelope from the 1980s. I grabbed that and cut it in half and then sort of sewed it around and added it as sort of like a flip out pocket to the page. And then here I've got another piece, another sort of floral piece, because I had one that I included in the last part, I think, in the first signature. So I kind of wanted to balance it out and include another piece in the second signature there. So I've added that there, and yeah, pretty much just gonna go through and add little bits here and there. And then later on I will carry on doing the rest of the tabs and a little bit of sewing, but I sort of cut out most of the sewing of the tabs because it was just, it dragged on. It was too boring. You guys knew what I was doing anyway. I just showed a little bit here and there. And here's an envelope that I wanted to include, but it was just plain, so I decided to grab this lovely illustrated piece here from one of my 1950s sort of children's books, and I am cutting this image down to size so that it fits nicely on the envelope, although I want it to be a tiny bit smaller. I want to leave a little bit of a border around it so you can see the white of the envelope, but I just think it's a lovely image, and I love the way that sort of vintage black and white images go with brightly coloured papers, if you know what I mean. It's such a lovely contrast, a stark contrast, and I'm really enjoying it at the moment. And yeah, so I'm just going to sew a little border around that, so I'm not sewing directly onto the envelope or anything, and then I'll just place that on and pretty much, yeah, just carry on decorating. So I hope you guys have all been doing really well. Thank you once again for your lovely comments on the last part. I did quickly read them, but I still have to go over and respond because once again I've been busy making this today. But it's been a really busy Sunday today actually in my house. I have been kind of all over the place. I've been back and forth doing a lot of things between making this journal, and we had a visitor over today as well, so we had lunch and a lovely chat with her. She's a family friend, so that was really nice to catch up. And then yeah, it's really hot today, so we went out and we were outside for a little bit playing with our dog, and he just loves a little sort of, we've got him a little pool, I guess you could call it, a little dog pool. It's really small, and we love to bring that out on really hot days for him, and he loves to sort of he just jumps in it and he just lays down, and then he gets up and he rolls all over the grass. He just loves it. I think it's a way of him making himself even more stinky. I think that's what he loves doing. He loves to stinkify himself up by rolling around in the grass after he's been in the water. So yeah, we were outside playing with him, and then, you know, once again my kids were out and about today, so yeah, they're sort of making the most of their last few days before they head back to school. So, and tomorrow is a public holiday, so I don't think much is open tomorrow, so yeah, just another relaxing one. So I'm kind of thinking about heading out and going to visit this lovely area that we have here on the Gold Coast. It's kind of like a really large conservation park, and there's so many kangaroos there. If any of you guys follow me on Instagram, you might have caught a live of me when I'm there with the kangaroos before. So there's all different types of kangaroos that are there, and some of them are really big, and those ones actually do frighten me a little bit. I definitely don't like getting close to them at all, especially because they're wild. They're not really used to interacting with humans, although there is a lot of people that do visit them at this park. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend getting too close to them at all. And it does have signs where, you know, it does recommend you don't do that. But it's such a lovely park, and there's areas where it's kind of more of a wetland. It's actually, what would you call it? It's actually, I'm trying to think of the word, but during, you know, the rainy season, it actually floods, and areas of it become completely underwater. So it's just, it's quite a diverse area, and there's a lovely boardwalk you can walk along, or there's areas where you can actually go bike riding. So yeah, I think tomorrow I really want to go there because I went the other day, but I went in the middle of the day, and most of the kangaroos are kind of, you know, hunting about for some shady spots, so they weren't about, so I just left. So I think I'll go tomorrow. So here I've got this lovely map of Australia, and I'd actually wanted to include this in the actual journal, but it didn't make it in, so I thought I would make some little sort of fold out pieces. And as you can see here, excuse me, as you can see here, I was going to pop it on the ledger piece, but then I thought, no, it's probably better off on the other side where the writing is, so that it adds a little bit more journaling space to that side of the page. So I'm just sort of sewing around it for some added decoration. And yeah, yesterday I actually did run straight out and head over to Spotlight and picked up my replacement thread, so I have all that now, so I don't have to worry about it. And then when I was over there, I did go ahead and pick up another paper pad, which it was the last one that was on clearance of the same collection, the Carousel collection. Yeah, Carousel. So yeah, I picked it up. It's such a good deal. I couldn't leave it, and it's not often that those more pricier sort of paper pads are on special like that. I find that my craft store quite often just leaves them full price, unless I get like a sort of a VIP special or something like that. So yeah, I think I ended up picking up 4 of the paper pads in total. So yeah, I've definitely got enough to last now. So yeah, so that's basically it, and it won't be long until I start working once again on the tabs. I'm not too sure what else I go ahead and decorate here. I think I add more of that matte paper in. Yeah, I think here I add more of the matte paper in, and then I just go ahead and do some more tabs, and then I'll sort of show you a bit of a flip through of how the book is looking. I think it's pretty much ready just to go ahead and sew in now, and then after I've sewed it all in, I will go ahead and add in sort of loose, I will clip in loose pieces of ephemera just to include in the journal as well, and it will be all finished tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying watching. It's been a while since I made a video on making a junk journal, so it's been really, really interesting to do that on video for you guys. But yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful weekend, and I might leave you here, and I'll put some music on. Thank you once again for commenting on the music. I've got to go over and answer a comment where somebody was asking who the band was. I do link the bands in the sort of description part of the video, but not the song title. So I will go ahead and add both in this time. So if you guys are ever curious about any of the music, I will pop that in the description for you guys, so you can go ahead and look them up if you're interested in the song. So yeah, alright guys, so I hope you're doing really well, and I will chat to you in the next video, which will be the collage cards, and that'll be coming up probably an hour or two after this one is released. So I hope you enjoy watching that one too, and I'll chat to you in part 4 of this video. Bye guys!
Wish that I could stay. Wish for this moment to never go away. But it's all in my mind, and though I know that there is nothing to find, you're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light. See how you've grown while you roam in the streets all alone. All you can see, thinking about what your life came to be. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light. Like the mothers of Brazil find their way. We're all on our own, but you're the most beautiful I've ever known. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light. There's no one like you, my little girl. Your eyes so blue under those brown curls. Soon you're on your way. Promise me that you know the world is yours. Strike them with your glow. Go on now, be good, be fine. Live your life, dream big, don't forget to be kind. Live, it's your life. Rocks are meant to be picked up and thrown. New ideas can be pleasantly overgrown. You know where to go if you follow that heart. One step at a time, we all play our part. Go out now, be good, be fine. Live your life, dream big, don't forget to be kind. Live, it's your life. Go on now, chase your dreams.